Hey everyone, it's Bug-Eye Manny back at you again with a brand new video, and today I am doing my review of The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 1. Now, as you can tell in the tone of my voice, I was not very pleased with this premiere, and I have deep, deep concerns for the rest of Season 8. I am truly, truly baffled at how this premiere was handled. Before I get into my review, guys, I want to talk about The Walking Dead in previous seasons. So, of course, The Walking Dead is AMC's hit television series, and the first ever season came out in 2010. It was a huge hit, of course, and I loved it. So before all of you fanboys attack me and go, "Oh, you hated the episode, oh, blah, blah, blah," I love The Walking Dead Season 1. I am a huge fanboy of The Walking Dead Season 1, and Season 2 was really, really good as well. Now, around Season 3, Frank Darabont was fired in the second half of Season 2, so around Season 3, we got Glenn Mazzara, and Season 3 was okay, but decent. It at least had action and kept you on the edge of your seat, and you cared about the characters, and it just felt like a fun Sunday watching The Walking Dead. It was nowhere as near as good as Season 1 or 2, but Season 3 was still watchable and pretty fun. But in Season 4, they brought Scott M. Gimple on the train. And in all honesty, I hate the Gimple seasons. Season 4 from now, it's just pure atrocious. It's really, really bad. The writing, the acting, the action, all just was put down a notch in Season 4 compared to Season 3, 1, and 2. I don't know, it just felt more contained. And that's really when the show started getting boring for me. The quality. The writing became pretty weird. Every episode had a stupid meaning. And that's one of the flaws, again, that comes up in this episode, where we get to see Old Man Rick throughout the whole episode, in this episode. The premiere, it was pretty bad. And I was like, Oliver, I bet you they're going to have a scene in the new episode where it has to mean something. There's like a different meaning. There's like a special meaning behind it. And much to not my surprise, they had it, again, a scene of Rick. Sorry, my brother's crying in the background. He's just upset today for some reason. But it just has Rick as an old man in the whole episode. Now, from Season 4 to Season, 8, I've disliked it. From the music, the drama, the acting, everything got so boring. The way the cinematography was filmed. I mean, what happened? What happened to The Walking Dead? One of my favorite television series of all time. So, this episode today came out. It is the 100th episode of The Walking Dead. I was not excited one bit for this episode. I had no excitement at all. I had no hype for this episode. I just was really watching it because I wanted to see how bad it was, and it was pretty bad. The whole cast of characters in this episode, all they do really is plan. They plan for this big, big war, this massive war. Sure, it's just the beginning of all-out war, but for a premiere, you have to draw in the audience, and it did not draw in the audience, in my opinion. Now, many other people might enjoy it, but my whole family, including my Aunt Anna, who always tells me to give the show a chance, she even hated it, and that is saying a lot because she is a massive fan of the show, and she even hated it. The episode is always planning something, and some characters are just talking. The dialogue is just too long. I swear to God, there is a shot in this episode where it shows the walkers coming down the road. I'm like, okay, go to the next shot. Go to the next shot. It's still going like 6 seconds later. I'm like, go to the next shot, and then a car explodes. I'm like, okay, you could have showed that in another shot. And Oliver, my brother, when he was watching it, you can see it on the live stream, he freaked out because it was so long, the shot. Carl meeting this guy, this random character who really does nothing in the episode, he felt really out of place. I don't know. It really brought down the pace of the episode for me. And I know they're trying to drag out the season so they can put action in every episode. But guys, there won't be a lot of action because this is The Walking Dead. AMC is cheap, and they won't have a lot of action in season 8, in my personal opinion, because from looking at this premiere, I knew, I expected no action, and I got no action. So that, at the end, we got a little action. What, at 9:50? It was 9:50 p.m., and we just got action there, okay? So everyone's planning something. They're all planning this big, massive war, this massive battle with Negan against Negan's men, okay? Everyone's like hugging and saying, this is the end. This is the end, guys. We could die here. We will die here. This is an insane mission, suicide mission, And when they get there, I'm like, okay, the trucks are rolling up. We've had talking and dialogue the whole episode, the whole premiere. This is a premiere, the 100th episode. And there was talking the whole episode until 9:50, where they just arrive, okay? Around 9:50, I forgot the time. They just arrive, okay? Rick tells everyone to leave, a commercial comes, and I went, oh, okay? And then after that, we come back from the break, and they just start shooting these windows, okay? They start shooting the windows, and there's not really a battle. The Saviors run away, and Negan gets shot. That is pretty surprising, actually. Negan gets shot, and nothing really happens. Rick eventually buggers off. They all just run away after like a couple minutes of shooting, and nothing really happens. The zombies come in. I mean, that was really disappointing because they hyped. I knew this episode was gonna suck, but they hyped up a massive war. I mean, we should have had some casualties in this battle, at least Eric or a background character. No, we got zero character deaths in this episode. This is pathetic, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe this episode was actually greenlit for the 100th episode. Me personally, I am disappointed because this is the 100th episode, and it has many flaws, okay? So, yeah, Negan, capturing Father Gabriel at the end, it was all anticlimactic. We knew something big was going to happen, someone's going to get captured, blah, blah, blah. It happens in every single season, and it's boring now, okay? It's just run into the ground. Rick just runs back, they fall back, and then nothing really happens. They just go and talk, and they go to another outpost at the end for some reason. It really feels out of place at the end where the outpost, and we're left on a mini cliffhanger. It was just a dud. This premiere was a dud, ladies and gentlemen. From the writing to the dialogue to the action, everything was a miss in this episode. I think I'm done. I said I would give The Walking Dead Season 8 3 episodes. If it sucks, I'm done, okay? I will be watching episode 2 and episode 3. If those two suck, I'm done. I'm so sorry, but I can't take this show anymore. It's so dull, so boring, so awful. It makes me want to throw up, and it has not changed one bit. The writing from season 7 is the same. The deeper meanings are the same. Every episode has to have a meaning. I'm like, Oliver, why can't we just have an episode where they actually attack the sanctuary and have no meaning? Why can't they just shoot the whole episode? Yeah, of course it's gonna run their budget dry, but for the premiere, it should have been Rick and Negan having a fist fight. Negan nearly getting ripped apart by zombies, and like Rick's holding them over the edge. That is what the premiere should have been, not this horrible mini battle. We had a bigger battle in season 3 when Axel died. That battle was more dramatic and intense than this piece of garbage. And what makes me even madder? What makes me even more mad is this was the 100th episode, and it was a dud. It really was. Another thing that I hated in this episode was Carl meeting that guy. I talked about it previously. The cars are lined up exactly the same from The Walking Dead Season 1. Yes, this is a little Easter egg because it's the 100th episode. Ooh. But in all honesty, it is completely cartoony and retarded, in all honesty. The cars and the walkers inside the vehicles are lined up exactly the same as the cars were in Season 1, the opening scene in Season 1, Episode 1. And I'm like, how is this humanly possible? How is this actually possible that the vehicles are lined up the same exact way? The zombies are exactly the same way like this. They're like the same exact way. It is cartoony and it fails. Okay, it really fails. Now the Carol, my brother spotted an Easter egg with Carol, and there was like a flower drawing on the bridge. Now that was a clever Easter egg when she looks at the flower. That is a good Easter egg. That is a good reference. The scene with Carl is not a good reference. It's cartoony and it's dumb. The part with Old Man Rick is dumb, okay? It draws down the episode. It brings down the episode even more. The part when they're killing people one by one slowly, the saviors, is retarded. It just doesn't feel right. This is episode 100. This is season 8. This is not season 7, episode, 5 or something, where they just shoot these little guys. No, this should have been a massive war to get people hooked. Yes, this is the first episode of a massive season which they're promising all-out war. But the first battle of all-out war should have been massive and huge, and we did not get massive and huge. We got a tiny fart. This episode was boring all the way up until the end, and it was just anticlimactic, and nothing big really happened. Well, they shot a little bit. There were a couple explosions. Ooh, it's a premiere. Ooh, 100 episodes. It didn't really do anything. It didn't do anything for me. Personally, I did not like this episode, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think of The Walking Dead? God, I miss Fear the Walking Dead so much. And yes, I will admit, I loved Fear the Walking Dead Season 3. It had flaws, but at least it was freaking enjoyable. This, on the other hand, is not enjoyable. It's not what I call good television. I don't like it. The characters are bad. The development is bad. I heard reviews before this that Rick was like up front. He didn't really do anything. He was just talking in a couple scenes, but he was not the main character. Really, guys, do not waste your time. If you thought Season 7 was bad, and if you kind of talk to yourself, oh, should I return for Season 8? Should I give it another chance? Don't give it another chance. It's not any better. It's the same old bullcrap. Nothing really happens. It's not very good. What am I going to rate The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 1? I am going to rate this episode a C-. I did not enjoy it one bit. And personally, I don't think the show is going to improve ever again. Maybe if they fire Scott and Gimple, it could possibly improve a tiny bit, but I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. I just see it getting pushed into the ground even more. This episode sucked. What do you think of The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 1, the premiere, the big premiere? It was awful. Compared to Season 3, Episode 1, the premiere, this was god-awful. Season 3's premiere of Fear the Walking Dead was amazing. You actually cared about the characters. It was dramatic and intense from start to finish. This, on the other hand, this was bad. This, on the other hand, was god-awful. Alright, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment down below, subscribe, do whatever the heck you want to do, and goodbye.